and we are back again with another episode of the Aquila View. Today, we have with us Team Alpha Scuderia from Brazil. Okay, moving ahead, over the next course of 20 to 25 minutes, we'll be talking to all of these young minds over different aspects of Formula One in schools and their busy yet adventurous journey till here. So, before wasting any further time, let's get into the podcast right away. Firstly, I'd like to welcome everybody from Team that's that has definitely given us time all the way from Brazil and has joined us over the show. So firstly, welcome Yasmin, welcome Victor to what we call the Aquila View family, and I hope that you all have been doing extremely well and healthy, seeing the situation that we all are going through right now in terms of COVID-19 and the situation. Right. So before we actually move into the podcast, I'd like you all to please break the ice for us by giving us a short and brief introduction about yourselves and what is your exact role in the team and what your hobbies are and some interesting point about yourselves. So Yasmin, you could go ahead.
Hi, hi, Narina. I'm Yasmin. I'm leader of the team Alpha. Um, my role in the team is the business management, financial management, and the part in the marketing, doing the designs of the posts to social media. And of course, I'm leader, and I need to do some all participate all the other areas of the team, including the engineering, the marketing, the sponsorship, and the stand. Do you understand?
Okay, I mean that's
Okay.
that's amazing. I mean that's a lot of role assigned to a member, right? I mean
Yeah, it's a role as a little part in all the areas to management, the team, and look. It's not look. Accom- Victor, help me in this. Acompanhar.
got the
Can
point.
you translate to me?
I mean, definitely. I guess it's about teamwork. I guess, Yasmin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, that's amazing, right? To know what you have been up to as team leader, right? So, I mean, Victor, you could go ahead and probably tell us what your role is in the team and what your hobbies are, what your interests are.
Oh, can I spell my hobbies?
Yeah, I
Can I
mean,
speak my
you
hobbies?
could go.
Oh. And my hobbies, I play some games. I love to play games and programming. I had a job. I'm in front development in the system enterprise, I guess.
Okay.
I love to play chess. I love it. And I love to paint some, uh, do some draws and paint with the, I don't know what is it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's amazing, right? And as you said that, I mean, you love to do paint and play the chess. I mean, it really helps probably give your mind a shape, I guess. Right. So that's amazing. And I guess when we were discussing few things before the recording, as you said that you love cats, right? So that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love it so much.
no problem. So, yeah, Victor, you could go ahead and give your introduction. Tell us about what your hobbies are and what you're passionate about.
Of course. Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Victor, and my hobbies is literally everything that involves motorsport and Formula One. Formula One always been part of my life. I think I'm 3 years old. I just watched every race that I could, and my role in the team is to be an engineering and designer, 3D designer. So I'm an aerodynamics engineer and 3D designer. So I tried to be a racing driver, but it's Formula One is expensive sports, motorsports, expensive sport, and I found another way to go ahead on it and engineering. So that is
Yeah, I mean, really loved your, passion towards Formula One, and as you told that, I mean, you were just three when you, were introduced to Formula One, right? So, I mean, that really helped, I guess, right? And you are probably contributing as engineer for your team, and I mean, that's one of the most important aspect of the team, right? So moving ahead, Yasmin, I guess we were discussing about, what according to you is the role of a team leader, and what do you mean by leadership, and how any team leader who is listening to us could probably implement some of the points in his or her team to have a great time and success could be achieved by that. What according to you is leadership, right? And what are the roles of a team leader according to you?
The leadership
Yeah,
uh, is based on patience and motivation to all the members of our team.
all right.
To and as a point to interest in all the parts and help someone needs to help. It's to I how I say that
Yeah, I can complement that. So one point it's Yasmin, I think it's trying to say is that what the leadership practice on the leadership because it's a leadership for example because they have an approach in every area, so they know what we have to do and motivate us to do that. So they never will make us to do something if she could ever do that. I don't know if
it's based on being an example and being determined to help all of the members. You don't need to know about the all of areas, but you need to have that determination
Yeah,
to help your group.
yeah. I completely understand your point. Yeah, determination and motivation. I guess motivating your team is about
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the role of a leader.
With the motivating you and your in our group can what I mean.
Yep.
Wait. With motivation, you and our group, your group, can be anywhere.
Yeah,
It's you can go to the first place with the Your Motivation team.
yeah. I mean, I guess.
This is what I'm trying to say.
I completely understand your point, Yasmin, right? And I really want to appreciate the point that you guys coming in to the podcast, right? And that is about leadership, right? Exploring new things and probably pushing the limits, I guess, right? Because, you guys knew that it's going to be English, right? But, you are trying your level best and you're doing it. That's the best part. I really love that point, right? So, yeah, it's
We're
really
trying.
it's
I'm
really
trying.
yeah, it's really amazing, I guess, because if I would have been at your position, I personally wouldn't have accepted the invitation, and I would have said that, all right, I do not know English, so I won't be able to join in, right? But that's the best point, I guess, and I really love the fact that you guys really made it to the show, and we are really communicating and having a conversation. That's the best part, right? So, I'm really learning and getting motivation from you, I guess. So that's great. Okay, so moving on, I guess, Yasmin and Victor, I'd like to ask that why did you guys, joined the competition of Formula One in schools? What was the reason that you joined the team and I mean, uh, became the part of this competition?
yeah, I can introduce. So it's my second year in Formula One in schools.
Okay.
I'm going to my third season, and I was on another team since the last season. That was Phoenixo. And my high motivation to be in F1 in schools is to reach my dream to be a real Formula One engineer. So, like I said, I had a dream to be a racing driver, but it's so expensive sports, and I find myself on the engineering. And always trying to innovate at some point to get this recognized. So for the other parts, and we joined Alpha. Yasmin was with me in Phoenix. So for the regionals, we passed for the nationals, but unfortunately, we stay on the nationals. And when the season starts, we just decided to form the Alpha Scuderia, and we're here. Pass through the regionals, pass through the national, and go into the world finals.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing to know, Victor, about your story, that why you joined and enrolled for the competition, right? And I really wish luck that you definitely will become, I guess, a Formula One engineer, and I hope to see that soon. Yasmin, what's the reason behind? Why you joined the competition?
So the first time I hear F1 schools is 2018.
Okay.
Uh, okay, it's 2018, and I love it so much. But I can't participate because the teams who go to the Brazil nationals uh, are to be formed. It's already formed, so I need to wait for the next year season in the 2019. In 2019, I create a new Scuderia with Victor and two other members, and we go to regionals and we pass it to nationals. Can you confirm to me, Victor?
Yeah, that's it. I think in September of 2019, we created Fenixo with Luisa and Pablo. And before that, the team that Yasmin was ready to form is, I think it's two. It's Spark and Shita. And Shita is just ended before, just after the nationals, and we form Fenixo with two members of the old Shita Scuderia.
Yeah, exactly. But two nationals, um, uh, when you occurred in 2020, right? Uh, I didn't participate because I give up to the product. Yeah, I I give up in 2020 to the product. But it's not for me. For I doesn't like the project. It's my mental health. It's to my mental health. I needed to give up because my mental health was so uh, frustrating. I don't know. Are you understanding? But frustrating, frustrating.
I mean, I totally got your point, Yasmin, and it's great to hear about your story of forming your team and how you started your journey in F1 in schools. That's really amazing, right? Moving on, Victor, I'd like to know some, uh, some things that you probably include in your preparation of manufacturing and designing your car, because that is the main product or main thing that we create in the competition, right? So, what are the things that you really keep in mind while starting the designing of your car and also manufacturing it, right? Because both of these things are very different, right? Because when you design something and when you manufacture something, it's different, right? So how you do it?
Yeah, so firstly, for the design, we choose some basics concepts and some basics innovation that we made for the car. And obviously, we always trying to innovate and observe a lot of motorsports competitions, and not just the actual motorsport competitions, but just learning for the past and learning for some points. So for me, as a real motorsport fan, just observe the history of motorsport and the mistakes that we did. So firstly, we had these concepts and just put on the car. I was testing because testing is to compare if your car is good or not. And after this, we're gonna have some. I have everything right. I can say for the manufacturing, we just not manufacture for ourselves, but we outsource. the manufacturing, is that one point that is we choose because we don't know how to machine a car like yourself to machine a car, but I have to programming some 3D printers, and some parts we can take a view, some parts we just receive after the manufacturing. So we just to trust who manufactured for us, and but it's always a process that we found a way to be here some way. Like in the painting, we are just the side of the guy who painting. The 3D printing, we are programming the 3D printing, and always trying to get close as possible of our car while we're forming.
Yeah, that's interesting to know, right? Because, yeah, definitely, I guess operating these CNC machine and manufacturing, it's a big deal, right? But probably uh, doing the 3D printing and going this close to all of these machines and doing the work practically. That's a very good feeling in itself, I guess. With right, so definitely, it's a great thing to know that you obviously take inspiration and you'll have a look at the history of the motorsport, and you have probably learned from your mistakes, and that's the best thing that you. That's the best thing, I guess. Human evolution is based on that, I guess. Right. So, that's great.
Yes, yes. So, like I said, it's my second year, second season on the Formula One in schools. And in the first one, I literally made a zero in Scuderia note. Uh, I broke some some rules. Say, oh, I would don't do this the next time, and that's it. I didn't do. It's a mistake that I learned from, and I can make it better for the season.
Yeah, that's great, right? So, moving on, I guess, Yasmin, I would like to know more about what we all call sponsorships, right? So, whenever I talk to someone from F1 and schools team, and if in general, if I talk about sponsorships, they usually say that, all right, it's really hard to get. So, what's your opinion on that?
So to create the strategy to get more sponsorship, it's like the question. It's the question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the
Yeah.
same question.
Okay. Firstly, we need to get a target public or public target out um, to uh, to oh my god. If I use it in my camera, I need to mimic what I need to spell. So yeah. Um, to create a strategy to get more sponsors, uh, we create quotas with respective benefits in which one. So we create a quota. I need I need to know quotas is right. If I am speaking something you understand, you can tell me. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Yasmin.
Oh, uh, if I am speaking something you don't understand, you can tell me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No problem at all. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, creating quotas with respective benefits and which one to which one. We create the uh, alpha quota to head to 100 or $100. It's I don't know, Victor. You can help me to my English to translate this.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, firstly, we trying to get the public target
Yeah.
for our social medias and also doing our sponsorship management. So we create codes to do this and trying to personalize the purpose for every sponsorship that we have. Like we know that a sponsor didn't have too much money because we are in this pandemic situation. It's so much enterprise and so much companies that just close the door for us, like for sponsorship, and trying to innovate some points, like we are approaching. So we're approaching for LinkedIn, email, messages, and that's where our parents work up for us, because if they know something, someone that have a company or someone that work at marketing area in some company, we approach, but using our parents like a key for that discussion, and that's it. And then we are approaching some of the sponsorships and trying to get in the social medias also.
Thank you, Victor.
Yeah, no problem. I mean,
He is my helper.
no problem, Yasmin. Loving it, loving it, loving it the way the podcast is going. Yep. So, I mean, really got your point, Yasmin and Victor. I mean, we do the same here in India. I mean, we approach sponsors through some connections, as you told that. I mean, your parents play a huge role in that. It definitely does, right? And also, I mean, we approach sponsors through email and LinkedIn and also Instagram, maybe if they are using it. So, yeah, that is it, right? And I mean, definitely, as team manager, as sponsorship managers, we really put a lot of efforts to get sponsors on board. And I mean, that's a great thing that we all are learning from this competition, right? So I mean, that's the beauty of the competition, I guess, right? So I mean, and there's an off-topic question that I'd like to ask you guys is, I mean, what's the language used in Brazil, and how actually, the competition works in Brazil, right? Because here in India, I mean, we are using English as the medium to communicate, and even we do everything, our portfolios and our presentation in English. So, I mean, how it works in Brazil.
Can I speak that,
Yeah,
Victor? How you?
yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, here in Brazil, I think it's a strange format because we have two nationals, and it's for us it's also strange because they are a national with every school can participate, and another national that that participate. It's just for the industry schools. A school that have a FIAS. I think that's FIAS, a brand behind the school.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
is SESI and Sinai.
yeah, Fies
Fias
and
is
Sinai.
just
It's
in the our stage, Fiaschi,
oh,
but
oh,
it's
yeah,
all of the
yes, yeah. Basically, this. So as we know, Brazil is divided by states, and every state can opt if it put on regionals or just throw the things for the national, like it's. Uh, but here in Santa Catarina, that's our state, we have preparing for the pre-regional, that's evaluate portfolio engineering. For the regional, it's evaluating the portfolio, the engineering, and the car on the track. But always to qualify us to nationals that we have all the areas to present for the judges. But the nationals of the two nationals works as the same way. But one classify, I think it's two schools and two teams for the world finals, and our national qualify four teams for the world finals. So Brazil this year, I think will qualify six teams for the world finals and one collaboration team for the national international
yeah.
collaboration. Sorry.
And to complete the language, we need to speak with the judge. It's Portuguese. Our portfolios stand and the presentation is all in Portuguese. But next year is to be English, right, Victor?
Yeah, the national. I think the next national will be English, but we are
Yeah,
working on it. The director, the national director, say to us that will be English, but it's not 100%.
it's not confirmation.
But yeah, it's not confirmation yet. But we're waiting. We're hoping to be English because it will be one more challenge for us.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. I guess it's a very different process. I guess that I mean you guys follow in Brazil, right? Because in India, I mean it's sort of very clear that we have a regional level round where everything is judged from portfolios to pit displays to car racing, and again then national is held, and then from India there are only three teams that go to world finals to represent India. So that is it. And as I told, I guess everything happens in English here. But as Victor told that, it definitely is not confirmed. But English would be more challenging, right? But I really appreciate the way how Brazil is operating in their own language, and I really want that everything should happen in your own country's language because that's the best part of it, right? Because languages are meant to communicate things, right? So it doesn't really matter which language you're using. It's about how you're communicating things and what your portfolio says, what's the content, right? So that's great, guys. So I guess by this, we definitely covered a lot of aspects of the competition from sponsorships to engineering to some of the leadership skills, right? And we also got to know about how things work in the Brazilian sector, right? So, it was really great having you guys over the show, and I personally am really honored that you guys took out time, joined us joined us in our server, and are here to record the podcast, right? So that's a great thing, right? So it was really great talking to you, and I hope whatever we spoke, whatever we recorded, we personally have a real, fun and had an interesting conversation, right? And we really hope that people who are listening to us would also have a great time listening us. So this is your host Narayan, and I'd be back soon again recording few more podcasts, right? So till then, signing off. Meet you in the next episode.